Welcome, everyone, to the third episode, or fourth. Is it third or fourth, Craig?
It's the third.
Third episode of the Rogue Energy series recap show. I'm your host, Cadwell T, here with Craig Popgris. If I sound a little off, I have numbing in my mouth, so I'm trying to talk as fluent as I can from the dentistry. I can't really move the left side of my mouth, but hopefully I sound fine. So, we have a lot of news to go over today, right, Mr. Craig?
Yes, we certainly do.
You got anything to start off with, or do you want me to just jump right into it?
You can give the first bit of news.
All right, first bit of news. We had a new first-time winner in the NASCAR Rogue Energy Cup Series at Atlanta.
Ooh.
Everyone was watching. Yeah. Cadester 9 captures his first victory for SPR, so it's SPR's first team victory. That's the first victory of him of the season. And it's the first victor who I think it was driving Ford. Yeah, first Toyota victory, actually. He wasn't driving Ford that race. First Toyota victory for the Toyota camp. So, really big news out of there. Overall, great race. He got a little lucky, though, because he stayed out. Remember, played that track position game. And ended up catching a caution while being on pit road. And under our rules, you are allowed to service your car if you're already on pit road. He took his 4 tires and fuel, and he actually, because of that, he didn't have to cycle out and pit again. Everyone else needed tires because everyone's tires were shot. They all took tires. Cade cycled out to second on the outside row. And I'm pretty sure, here, I can actually pull up the last restart from a hood cam of Spartan Warrior MSU. How would you like to talk about that finish, though, of Atlanta? I thought it was actually a really good race compared to what we were dealing with in the racing. And I think it was better. You got anything to say on how the racing product looked?
It was pretty good, I'd say. Like that last restart was something else. I don't say that much. But overall, pretty good race.
Yeah, here, I'm trying to have New York send me the replay here. It's loading in right now. They're really bad at sending this over. Alright, we are going to play the audio of the last restart. Here, we'll turn on Recap TV here.
I don't know, you might have glitched it.
Do you want to, before I start, do you want to listen with me, Mr. Craig?
Yes, I will.
Alright, I'll stream it to you, make sure. Here we go. You're actually going to see the full display, so here's the video. There, right there. There's the replay. Alright, ready?
Yep, I got it.
Yeah, so...
Yep.
Alright, here we go. So this is the final restart. 2 laps to go. I think this is an overtime finish.
Let's see what they do.
No, this is a 2-lap shootout to the finish. Cade is there in the 97 on the outside, and Homer's up on the inside here.
Come on, Cade.
We're watching the last 2 laps here. That should be about what? Oh, about 30 seconds to 40.
Yep.
I think this is the race-winning move is right here. Oh, I can't really pause it, but if you see, the 97 actually, he doesn't, if we look back, he doesn't actually touch him. The 97, the 43 gets loose. I think he was on older tires or something. He just didn't get going. You can see the 97's on the outside, and watch the 43. He basically goes on the apron on his own, so the 97 sort of just keeps him there. 43 tries to come back up, gets loose, and then really, the rest is history. He takes off as he qualified on pole for that race. So it's just one of those races where you qualify on pole. He just sort of dominated. When the car was out front, he was the best car. As we will just let this last lap play here real quick.
I don't know. Come on, Alice. No, he's the 62. Come on. Damn it! I lost to the thug. Damn it! Fourth place. 4th place. Let's go.
So that was the last couple laps there. How would you like to sum those up?
Yeah, pretty entertaining.
I would say that
Everything
race had a
exciting.
Yeah, I would say that race had a good bit of strategy, a good bit of actual racing. There's actually a lot of wrecks with certain drivers, but those drivers did issue penalties, as I think that's what we can go over here in a little bit. We'll go over that. Craig always asks this question. I'll continue to ask it. How'd your driver do in Atlanta? Or drivers?
Well, Arn did pretty good. I don't know if J Pace was in it or not. I don't know if Foofin was or not, but I do know that Arn was in it. But
How'd he do?
he said it was. What was that?
How did he do? How did he finish?
Eh, if I really don't remember, but he said it was probably one of the best cars he's ever had.
Best cars one.
He just got caught up in some wrecks.
Wow, we're actually
there.
having on the Recap TV, we're actually having our sponsor ad play right now. Just a couple sponsorships going through. But yeah, I would say that isn't your alliance with a Chevy team, and you're preparing Fords, but somehow they're fast cars. So that's all that really matters. But that's a little tricky, I would say, in the logisticals. But I guess it's working if he's having fast cars. He qualified pretty well, right?
Yes, yeah, he did. It's like we don't care about which manufacturer you run as long as you're fast. Like we don't care what you run. That's how we roll around at KFBM.
Ah, okay. Well, we can do two different things here, Craig. We got three. We can either start talking about some paint schemes or some little silly season news, or we can talk about the penalties, or we can talk about the new segment we can introduce. You've picked three.
You know what? Let's do the new segment.
All right. Now this is the new segment brought to you by Rogue Energy and the Rogue Energy Recap Show. It is Stats with Michael. Here we have our stats for the top three average finishes and average finishers, and then our best qualifiers. Ladion, through 5 starts, is finishing 3.6. These are all drivers who have made every single start, or at least who have made who have made 4 or 5 starts. If you've made 3 or less, you're not counted. So that's how it is. If you run over half the season.
3.6 is nutty.
3.6 is really nutty. Another one that's really nutty is the top 3 guys are finishing top 5. Ladion's finishing a podium every race. Theater's close there, and then King of Kings with 5.4 average finish. That's really good through 5 starts. I think all those guys ran all of the races, so that's really, really good through 5 starts. King obviously meaning he's finished top 5 every start. And then if we go to the top qualifiers, these are the best people with the fastest cars. Never really the finishes to show for it, but Cadester 9, he's actually qualified on the front row. That's where he averages right now. If you take off all of his averages, he averages around first through third. I think that's like the best is first through third in the qualifying. So that's pretty darn good. It's margins away from your driver, but you're not lying. Your driver actually has a 5.5 average finish. The only other person in the top 5 with the top 5 average finish, a 5.5. So that alliance looks like it's working out really well. Then Theater Thug for Boss Motorsports. Boss Motorsports has put together some good cars. Bear and Thug both having really fast cars. Thug sweeping the board here on just overall best. I mean, he's having the best season, I would say, because he's qualifying good. And if you look at his qualifying to his actual, like where he finishes, he gains about 2 positions from where he qualifies. Really, really good. And the Mr. Diesel 98, there's a really common theme here. It's SPR and Boss Motorsports are really the dominant ones. And then if you really consider you, Craig, with KFB, that's 3 teams sweeping the top 5 teammates there. And then the Bear finishing with a 7.3. So these guys, they're qualifying. They're putting down the fastest laps. And these are also from them just actual qualifying run and then after race. So these guys are fast in a race and fast in qualifying. So you could arguably say they're the fastest cars on the track. They just don't get the finish to show for it. And I think that's a really important stat we can look at more, as I think those are really, really important, and we can really see who's actually the best drivers at the end of the day. So, got anything else to say on that, Craig?
No, I don't think so.
Any
Move
shockers
on
up
to the
there?
next- No. Well, not really. If you look at the average finish, Lottie, of course, like with 3 wins already, like that's just mind blowing. Then you got Thug, who's probably the best car that hasn't even won yet. Then you got King, who really came into the season as a surprise to everyone. Like nobody knew what he was going to do. We didn't expect he would be this good this early.
Yeah, and I would say that I'm really shocked by Thug. I think he's really came out of. We all knew he was fast, and we saw him in like open lobbies and everything. But when it came to this series, he's really put on a clinic. He's really been showing that he's putting that 12 back in a. He's really giving that 12 good light, and it's really good to see that. I'm also really shocked by Arn, because Arn always says he's fast, and I believe him on it. But the stats prove that he's fast. There is no here and this. The stats show and the facts are there that Arn is the second fastest qualifier. The guy is fast in a race, and these are also because remember qualifying position is your start position in both races. And the first race you actually qualify for. The second race we take your fastest lap of the race, and then we rack those up. So that means he's fast when he qualifies at a track, and then he's fast when he races. So like the racing setup compared to qualifying setup, there's really no different in margin. They might be running the race setups that we know, but that's really good to see. And that's all I gotta say. But this is a new segment. This will be continued on. I really like this. I think it sheds some light on some really good drivers here. As now we can go into points, but I don't think the points have been updated in our system. So if I don't know how we can update that, but there's the old points. So I can pull up the here. Actually, let me pull up the older points real quick. If I pull up the new points on my monitor, I think we can show it on Recap TV, or we can just blatantly show it. Yeah, they're not in the system yet, so we will have to fix that. Here, I will just put them up right here, right now. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Our graphics department's lacking, but they did put on a great thing there. Here's our points, top 20 in points. Lation with 267 is still your points leader. I mean, when you have 3 wins and you have the highest average finish, you should be the points leader. Cade, after getting that win at Atlanta, actually boosts himself back up into second. Him and Latian have been really just, and I would say your top 4 or top 5. Mainly your top 3 are really close. Top 4 are really close. Like they're all, I think those are the best guys on the track right now, day in and day out. They're all showing up at the best speed. They're taking care of their equipment. But some shockers here. I mean, Sparty, he's been involved in a lot of RECS, but he's still top 5 in points. He's still there. Arn has actually moved up 2 positions in points to 6th. You're not wrong, Craig. That alliance is really starting to show here with that speed. Buwalda, I mean, if we take a look real quick here, you can look at my mouse. 103, 106, 109, 119. That's like the top 6 through 8 through 9. If you count Mace, it's 10. Your top, like your bottom 5 are all in a tight bubble. I mean, there's a lot of drivers who are going to be. And look, Bear, this is a really good point. Bear didn't make 2 starts. He didn't start 2 races. He was top 10 in points last time around, and we can actually look real quick here on the segment. The Bear was battling was 11th. He was battling. And now he's 19th, sorry. Shrek dropped to 15th in points. We've had King drop from 2nd in points to 4th in points. Sparty's actually stayed where he is, so Sparty's been accurate. But another big hit was Duke. He's dropped down 3 positions in the points. Mace has dropped down. But speaking about Mace, if we want to go into that after we look at the owner's points, there's one more thing we can talk about. So I'll just go to Recap TV real quick. We'll just turn that off real quick as we pull up their owner's points. It's getting a tight battle. Some big movers, some big not movers. Here's the old point. Here's the owner's points from last week. Lation Autosport with 305. Now, if we look, Lation Autosport with 474. SPR very close with 432. Boss Motorsports with actually 312. Galaxy Gaming with 302. And Craig, did y'all move down? Y'all moved down in team points. Y'all moved down in team points, yeah. But it's close. It's really close. If your drivers actually show up, you'll be at your top 4 team. Problem is your drivers have had some problems with tech and all that, and a lot of disqualifications, and sometimes you're not even getting the cars there on time. So real tough. I mean, you can't sitting 6th in points with 203 at the end of the day is pretty good. Zorku's team with 182, Little People with 158, Commando Motorsports with 100, and Kingsley Motorsports with 50. That's your top 10 in the points, because I think it's your top 10 teams. There's only 10 teams this year, but 10 teams for what, a 34-car driver sign-up, which is really like a 20-car field. That's a lot of teams that people are associating themselves with. A lot of single-car teams, but Lation Autosport and SPR are just miles away from the rest of the field. It's really just, it's sort of leveled out here. There's no point cutoff. There's no playoff cutoff. It's every race. You can either do good or bad. But anything you want to talk about here, Craig? Any shockers? Any big news that you didn't really expect from this?
Well, if you look, there's a 10th team that's added there at the bottom in 10th. Like for the first time this season, we've seen Kingsley Motorsports in action.
Yeah, they actually got points. I don't think. Yeah, they finally got their paperwork approved. I can only tell you all this because I'm the one who's ran the show. But yeah, they actually got their paperwork approved through NASCAR, through us. We cleared them. They're all clear for points. That's how they collected 50 points so far. So 50 points through, I think, their first 2 races, which is not bad. For a single car team, that's actually really good. So
yeah.
Pretty stellar, honestly. We got some really good cars, really good teams. A lot of fun sponsors are in the field. Speaking about sponsors, speaking about a little bit of fun, I think we got a new teaser thing to show. Whatever the 5-car camp, NASCAR God Comments today posted something that I think is actually really cool, and I actually really want to see this go into action. So I'm pulling it up now. Where is it? Oh, there it is. It's in my email right here. If we look on Recap TV, as you see, let's make today great. And obviously it's the 5-car. And it looks like we have a Tigger the Tiger Frosted Flakes throwback teaser. That's going to be run on Throwback Weekend, but God, this is big. We've heard nothing out of Lation Autosport on any throwback they're running other than Buwalda. So when we see this, gets me thinking.
I'm honestly excited to see God Comments throwback. I'm honestly excited to see it.
I really hope it's the... Yeah, I can actually pull up what I hope it is. If I actually go to my... If we go to the internet real quick. If we look at 5-car Frosted Flakes. Look at images. I really hope... Oh, where's the good side by side? Oh, here it is. I really hope... Oh. It's this image. This one right here. I think they can see it. But it's the 5-car. It's, you know which one it is, Craig. It's one with Kellogg's. It's the one with all like the little like zebra print almost, but in the orange. I hope it's this one. I really hope it's this is the throwback. Because I mean I'm looking at it. Oh wait, it could be this one. It could be like a Kyle Busch.
Maybe.
Yeah, look right there in the top corner. It could be that too. So there's a couple. There's a couple, all right.
I might have a clue what it is.
You might.
Yeah. Well, no one has told me this, but this is just what I think it might be. I think it's gonna be the Kellogg's car that Terry Labonte won the Southern 500 in back in, what was it, 2003?
Oh, that's actually a
Yeah,
really good prediction. Yeah. Well,
yeah. Since
yeah.
it's like a frosted flake, since we're going to Darlington.
I mean, we're going to Bristol. So
Yeah.
well, we got one more thing to go over in the last. We're actually running over a little bit of time, but I think it'll be fine. Some issues, some statement that we'll just show the schedule while we talk about this. But hefty penalties were released today. Today by NASCAR. Actually, not today by NASCAR, but the day after by Rogue Energy and the governing body after Las Vegas and Atlanta. Pocket Knives received a P1 for Atlanta, and Mace also received a P1, but a P2 could be called later. Actually, I can pull up the tweet by Mr. Craig Popkers himself, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Let me pull up Twitter, actually, because this is... If we go to Twitter... I would like to pull this out so they can see what we're talking about here. Oh, great. The out of context popped up on my screen. Alright, Craig Popkers. This is you, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Tweets. Okay, did you... Alright, yeah, here we go. So if we look at Recap TV of the tweet right here, the tweet states, don't think we can really zoom in, but Pocket Knives will receive a P1 for Atlanta, and Mace will receive a P2, but will also receive a P1, but a P2 could be called later in the future. Just a little recap on those. Those are just warnings, but a P2 means a race ban could have been sent out, and now, after much deliberation, it was a couple hours later, would you say, right, Craig, when you got the news, that Mace will actually, from further video evidence captured, he also will get a P2 from Las Vegas. So he is not racing. What, the first race of next week? Yeah. He will not be racing at Michigan. So he is cleared to race at Phoenix, but Michigan International Speedway, if he shows up, that car is automatically disqualified. He gets no points, no nothing. NASCAR, I mean, the governing body said they weren't kidding around this year on locking things down and issuing penalties. They said if you're going to drive how you drive, you're going to get the punishment you deserve. I think it's a good penalty, but at the same time, maybe it's a little harsh by NASCAR. But we'll see when he shows up, if he does. Anything else to go over, Mr. Craig, or are we about done here?
Well, I think we might have a new manufacturer entering the series.
Are you talking about Dodge?
Yes. Oh, wait, did we cover that last week?
We did cover that last week, but
Oh, okay.
something out of your camp.
Oh, yes.
The 90...
I'm proud to,
Yeah, you announced it while I pull up this image.
we here at KFBM are proud to announce that Dodge is gonna be the manufacturer for Jay Pace's car. We're excited to have him.
Yeah, here I'll read
And
it. Sorry,
Mhm.
you keep going. I'm trying to find the official statement issued by your team.
The car's gonna be sponsored by Purple. As you know, if you don't know what Purple is, it's like the mattress company, Purple.
All right, yeah, I got the image pulled up here. Beautiful car, by the way. I think that's Trackhouse's like font too. That's actually really good. But here's a statement. Dodge, we're back, and here's a statement from, I guess, you, or from Dodge.
Mhm.
I think it's from Dodge.
Yeah.
We're all very excited to announce our newest driver in our new Rogue Energy Cup Series return, Jay Pace, who drives for KFBM. We wish him the best for him and his team. So y'all got Dodge. Y'all got Dodge on board. I don't expect SPR has already declined that the Dodge's like invitation to be a part of their team. SPR already said that unless something else has changed, SPR has already said they do not want to run Dodge. They're fine with their 3 manufacturer team, as the 3 manufacturers are all kind of fighting already for who gets to be the main one. But that's huge. Purple Mattresses, a new sponsor coming into the league, so a lot of new stuff going in. J-Pace also runs that really beautiful, I think we can pull it up, before we go overtime. We already are overtime, but these are good announcements. Yeah, we can pull up this real quick, actually. So, we're going to switch back to the schedule while we pull up this beautiful on-track look at the new 98. I don't think this was shown yet. But it's the 98 Citgo car made by Cadester 9. It is a beautiful car. I mean, beautiful car. And okay, wait, we actually get to go a little bit over time because Cadester 9 and SPR released some new cars this week. As I think they're going for a new shift and movement in their thing. I can find the... You know about this, right, Mr. Craig?
About what?
Sparty's new cars.
Oh, yes. They are Rogue Energy sponsored cars, but with two different colors, and or as the Rogue thing, it's like two different flavors, as you could say.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Rogue Energy at midnight.
That one's beautiful.
You know what it gives me vibes from? And actually, they actually got the sponsor on the car, so maybe we might see something later in the future. But Energizer, that like screams an Energizer car. If we actually look on the
I just
right
realized
front
that.
If we look on the right front part, it actually says Energizer on the car. They don't have that many sponsorships, but the two that are on there is Rogue Energy and Energizer. But that's a beautiful car. It looks good. It looks like an Energizer car. And I think we got one more. Yeah, here we got the last thing of the recap show. His new, I don't know if it's a cookies and cream flavor or it's just, but it's the Rogue Energy Blueberry Blue car, and it has like a good like weird marbling texture on it. We have the image up now. Oreo. They also got Oreo as a sponsor. I like that car. But they did actually confirm that the Rogue Energy on the side right there, it's actually being black, so makes it pop better on track. But you did you know about these two things?
Yes, I kind of did. I kind of did because Cadester 9 gave me one of the very first looks at it.
That guy's getting good at his paint schemes, by the way.
And if you look on the white and blue one, you can see they also got Oreo on the car.
Yeah, that's
like on the seat
huge. That's huge. I mean, a lot of big sponsors are getting called, and a lot of big stuff is getting. Another big news: the 25. So the 47 NOS car that everyone knows and everyone loves is getting replaced by the 25 for Homer. Homer's out of Brazil, so we have our first foreign driver. I thought we mentioned that here in the last closing minutes. We did go over a lot of time. Our allotted time is actually 20 minutes, but hopefully our producers don't kill us as we went over time last time. But we try to keep it good here in the Rogue Energy recap show. It's been a pleasure talking about this. We go to Michigan and Phoenix next, so we'll see how those races pay out. But good racing at Vegas, good racing at Atlanta, and we go to 2 more ovals. Our next actual road course is Road America, so big news. Things are always changing over here, as we literally had a new manufacturer join the sport, so I don't know what's going to be next. But like I said, a lot of new news coming out, and whenever we get close to the playoffs, we'll actually have silly season news, as no teams have made any sort of indication on what they're actually going to be doing next year. But that's that's all I gotta say. If you're done here, Mr. Craig, we can wrap it up and go on our merry way.
Yeah, I think we're done here as well. This was a good show. This was a pretty good show today.
A lot of big news. A lot of big things are changing, and you all get to hear the first news of it. You all get the first take on it. We're like ESPN First Take, but without the arguing. But that's all it is, folks. I'm your host, Cade Welty. I'm here with Craig Popgris, and that is the Rogue Energy Recap Show. We'll see y'all next week after Michigan and Phoenix. Peace.